When a Sigma male, the quintessential lone wolf who thrives on independence and self-sufficiency, loses his temper, the results can be nothing short of catastrophic. Unlike others who might express anger through loud outbursts or emotional confrontations, a Sigma male's fury is more calculated and chilling, making it all the more terrifying. This is a man who has mastered the art of emotional control and strategic thinking, so when he finally erupts, it's not merely a loss of composure, it's a precise and intense reaction that can unsettle even the most stoic observer. His anger, when unleashed, is a force of nature that manifests through sharp, piercing criticism, ruthless decision-making, and a cold detachment that leaves no room for forgiveness. The fearsome aspect of a Sigma male's rage lies in its unpredictability and intensity. He does not fit neatly into conventional molds of aggression, making his wrath all the more daunting. For those on the receiving end, dealing with a Sigma male's anger can be a profound and disorienting experience, one that reveals just how formidable and unsettling this archetype can be when pushed beyond his limits. Number 1. Sigma males have an unsettling knack for making decisive actions without hesitation when their patience runs out. Their usually calm demeanor can shift dramatically, leading to moments of intense, swift action that can catch everyone off guard. When they reach their boiling point, it's as if a switch has been flipped, transforming from serene composure to full-throttle intensity in the blink of an eye. This decisive nature means that once a Sigma male's anger is triggered, the response is immediate and impactful. They don't waste time in long-winded arguments or debates. Instead, they execute their plans with precision. This ability to act quickly and effectively can be shocking to those around them, as the rapid shift from tranquility to action is often dramatic. Whether it's cutting ties with people who don't meet their expectations or making a bold statement that changes the group dynamic, Sigma males handle their anger with a resolute decisiveness that demands attention. Their actions not only reflect their unwillingness to tolerate disrespect, but also underscore their control over the situation, leaving everyone aware that the equilibrium has been disrupted and that things will never be the same. Number 2. When tensions rise and a Sigma male's anger flares, the calm they usually maintain can rapidly transform into an intense, piercing gaze that leaves a lasting impression. This gaze is far from ordinary. It's a penetrating stare that seems to cut through the very essence of those it focuses on. The intensity of their eyes can make even the most confident individual feel exposed and vulnerable, as though every move, word, and intention is under scrutiny. This gaze is not just a look, it's a powerful non-verbal communication that asserts their dominance and makes it clear that a line has been crossed. Unlike typical displays of anger, a Sigma male's stare is calm yet commanding, leaving an eerie feeling of dread in its wake. This look can make others rethink their actions or even back down entirely, as the unspoken message is clear they've crossed a boundary, and the Sigma male's serious demeanor signals that consequences are imminent. The discomfort it generates is palpable, as it hints at the intensity and decisiveness of their next actions, whether it's a confrontation or a strategic withdrawal. Number 3. When a Sigma male's anger reaches its peak, they might abruptly end relationships or quit jobs, shocking those around them with their sudden decisiveness. These men are not typically impulsive. Their actions come after careful consideration and repeated attempts to address issues calmly. However, when they feel disrespected or unappreciated beyond a certain point, they don't hesitate to make drastic changes. This can mean walking out of a long-term relationship without prior warning or resigning from a job on the spot. The abruptness of their actions can leave others bewildered, struggling to understand how things could unravel so quickly. This behavior highlights the Sigma male's commitment to maintaining respect and integrity, and their unwillingness to tolerate any form of exploitation. Such drastic moves are usually a culmination of frustration and a final resort after repeated attempts to resolve conflicts diplomatically. For those left behind, the sudden shift can be jarring, illustrating the Sigma male's capacity for decisive action and the serious consequences of pushing them too far. Number 4. When a Sigma male gets angry, they often resort to a chilling silence that can be more unnerving than any outburst. Instead of raising their voice or engaging in arguments, they go completely quiet, creating a heavy atmosphere of tension and anticipation. This silence is not merely a pause but a deliberate signal that something significant is brewing beneath the surface. Friends and foes alike can sense this shift. The once lively interactions and casual conversations come to an abrupt halt, leaving an uneasy quiet in their wake. This stillness is often a precursor to intense contemplation, as the Sigma male retreats into their thoughts to strategize their next move. The silence can be more disconcerting than any verbal confrontation, as it hints at the power and intensity of their forthcoming response. The longer the silence lingers, the more palpable the anxiety becomes, with everyone left wondering what the Sigma male will do next. When they finally break this silence, their actions are usually precise and impactful, making it clear that the period of quiet was a deliberate and strategic choice. Number 5. Sigma males often use their words with such precision that they can cut deep, exposing hidden truths and vulnerabilities in those around them. Typically, these men prefer to avoid confrontation and debate, maintaining a low profile and focusing on their own path. However, when pushed too far, their words become razor-sharp weapons capable of inflicting significant emotional damage. Their ability to see through pretense and directly address underlying issues makes their verbal assaults particularly potent. They don't resort to meaningless insults or empty threats. Instead, they target the core of the matter with startling accuracy. This skill in communication reveals their deep understanding of human nature and their strategic approach to conflict. For those on the receiving end, facing such a direct and insightful critique can be profoundly unsettling, as it forces them to confront uncomfortable truths about themselves. Sigma males use this talent not for entertainment, but as a last resort when they feel their boundaries have been breached, making their verbal responses both formidable and fearsome. Number 6. When a Sigma male becomes infuriated, they might choose to disappear for a while, withdrawing from the situation to cool off. This retreat can be particularly unsettling for those left behind, as it introduces an eerie silence that only amplifies the tension. Unlike others who might express their anger openly, Sigma males pull back, cutting off all communication and retreating into solitude. This period of absence is not a sign of weakness but a strategic retreat to process their feelings and plan their next steps. During this time, they might vanish from all forms of contact, creating a sense of uncertainty and anxiety among those waiting for their return. The unknown nature of their absence can be more frightening than any direct confrontation, as people are left to wonder whether they will come back and what their next actions will be. This cooling-off period is a critical part of their process, allowing them to return with a clearer perspective and a more determined stance, making their eventual reappearance all the more impactful. Number 7. Sigma males have an uncanny ability to make their words sting with a precision that can leave deep emotional scars. Normally, these men prefer to avoid conflicts and debates, opting instead for a path of independence and minimal confrontation. However, when they are pushed beyond their limits, their communication becomes a sharp, cutting instrument. They don't engage in trivial insults or baseless accusations. Rather, they deliver remarks that cut straight to the heart of the matter. Their ability to pinpoint and articulate hidden truths makes their words incredibly powerful, often leaving others reeling from the emotional impact. The Sigma male's verbal responses are calculated and deliberate, aimed at exposing uncomfortable realities and forcing introspection. This skill in verbal confrontation underscores their strategic mindset and their refusal to accept superficiality or dishonesty. For those on the receiving end, dealing with a Sigma male's sharply honed words can be a jarring experience, as it forces them to confront aspects of themselves they would prefer to ignore. Number 8. When a Sigma male is pushed to the edge, their typically reserved and contemplative nature can give way to a sudden and dramatic shift in behavior. The intensity of their reaction often surprises those around them, as they move from a state of calm to one of focused, resolute action. This shift is marked by a rapid change in their approach, where they go from being quietly reflective to taking bold and impactful steps. Their actions are characterized by a lack of hesitation and a clear sense of purpose, reflecting their commitment to addressing issues head-on. This transformation from serenity to decisiveness can be both thrilling and frightening for those involved, as it signals a significant change in the dynamics of their interactions. The Sigma male's ability to navigate such shifts with precision and determination highlights their unique approach to conflict and resolution, making their responses to provocation particularly striking and noteworthy. Number 9. When a Sigma male is angered, their words can become incredibly sharp and cutting, delivering blows that penetrate deeply. Typically, these men avoid confrontation, preferring to go about their business with minimal fuss. However, when pushed beyond their limits, their verbal responses turn into precise, surgical strikes aimed at revealing uncomfortable truths. Their words don't merely hurt feelings, they expose hidden vulnerabilities and challenge underlying pretenses with chilling accuracy. This ability to dissect and articulate the core issues makes their verbal assaults particularly impactful, striking at the heart of the matter without the need for extravagant displays of emotion. The severity of their remarks can be daunting, as they seem to know exactly where and how to hit to make their point. For those on the receiving end, this level of verbal precision can be unsettling, as it forces them to confront harsh realities about themselves or their actions. The Sigma male's talent for cutting through superficiality with their words underscores their keen insight and strategic thinking, making their anger both formidable and profoundly unsettling. Number 10. When a Sigma male is pushed to their limits, they may abruptly end relationships or resign from jobs, leaving others in shock. This behavior is not impulsive, rather, it's a calculated response after a series of frustrations and unmet expectations. Sigma males are known for their patience and their reluctance to make hasty decisions, but when their tolerance is exhausted, they act decisively and without warning. This sudden change can be jarring for those affected, who might be blindsided by the abruptness of the departure. For example, someone might find themselves abruptly cut off from a long-term relationship or face the sudden resignation of a reliable coworker, leaving them grappling with confusion and uncertainty. This drastic action is a manifestation of the Sigma male's commitment to maintaining their boundaries and upholding their standards. Their willingness to end relationships or jobs on the spot highlights their seriousness about not tolerating disrespect or being taken for granted, marking a clear line between acceptable and unacceptable behavior. Number 11. Sigma males often exhibit a chilling silence when they are angry, which can be far more unnerving than any overt display of frustration. Instead of raising their voice or engaging in heated arguments, they choose to withdraw into a profound silence that creates a palpable tension. This silence serves as a powerful indicator that something significant is brewing beneath the surface. The abrupt cessation of communication can create an atmosphere of unease, as everyone around them senses that this is not a time for casual conversation or lightheartedness. This period of quiet is typically spent in deep contemplation, as the Sigma male calculates their next move with precision. The eerie quiet often intensifies the discomfort, making those around them anxious and uncertain about what will happen next. When the Sigma male finally breaks the silence, their response is usually sharp and impactful, underscoring the seriousness of the situation and their determination to address it effectively. Number 12. Sigma males have an extraordinary capacity to make their gaze intensely penetrating when they are angry. This usually calm and composed demeanor can shift to an all-consuming stare that makes others feel as though they are being scrutinized under a magnifying glass. The intensity of their eyes can be both intimidating and revealing, as it seems to cut straight through pretense and superficiality. This intense gaze communicates their displeasure and signals that a boundary has been crossed, without the need for words. Even when they are not directly addressing someone, their piercing stare can create a sense of discomfort and vulnerability. This non-verbal communication is powerful, conveying their disapproval and readiness to act. For those who experience it, this gaze can be a stark reminder of the Sigma male's ability to assert control and maintain authority through sheer presence alone. Number 13. When a Sigma male becomes enraged, their typically reserved demeanor can lead to a sudden and dramatic retreat. They often choose to disappear for a while, both physically and communicatively, to process their emotions and regain their composure. This withdrawal can be deeply unsettling for those left behind, as it introduces an element of uncertainty and anxiety. Unlike others who might vocalize their frustrations or engage in confrontations, a Sigma male's retreat is a deliberate strategy to allow themselves time to think and reflect on the situation. This absence can be a signal of serious reconsideration, leaving people to wonder if and when they will return, and what actions they might take upon their reappearance. The silence during this period can be more unnerving than any direct confrontation, as it creates a tense atmosphere and highlights the Sigma male's intent to approach the situation with a clear and calculated mindset. Their eventual return is often marked by a decisive and impactful response, making their period of absence a critical component of their conflict resolution process. Number 14. Sigma males possess an unsettling ability to make others question their own actions and decisions through their reactions when angered. Their typical calm and self-sufficient demeanor hides a profound analytical mind capable of dissecting and revealing the flaws and inconsistencies in others' behavior. When a Sigma male is pushed too far, their responses are not just about expressing anger but about strategically highlighting errors and hypocrisy with precision. This talent for making others reflect on their own actions can be disconcerting, as it forces them to confront uncomfortable truths about themselves that they might have preferred to ignore. The Sigma male's ability to see through deception and manipulation is both a strength and a weapon, using their insight to challenge and unsettle those who have wronged them. This approach often leads to a deep sense of introspection and self-doubt in those they confront, making the experience both psychologically intense and transformative. For the Sigma male, this is not merely about winning an argument, but about making a profound impact on the other person's self-perception. Number 15. When a Sigma male is deeply frustrated or enraged, they might choose to end conversations abruptly, leaving the other party in a state of bewilderment and unease. This sudden cessation of dialogue is not a random act of rudeness, but a calculated move to signal the end of their patience and the finality of their stance. By abruptly halting the conversation, Sigma males convey their unwillingness to engage further, forcing the other party to face the reality of their dissatisfaction without the opportunity for further debate or persuasion. This behavior can be particularly disorienting, as it eliminates any chance for resolution or reconciliation through discussion. The abrupt end to the conversation serves as a clear and unmistakable message that the matter is closed, and no further interaction will be entertained. This decisiveness underscores the Sigma male's ability to control the dynamics of the interaction, making it clear that their boundaries are not to be crossed without consequence. Number 16. Sigma males, when angry, might display an unexpected level of physical intensity, which can be startling to those who are accustomed to their usual calm demeanor. This physical intensity isn't about aggressive outbursts, but about a controlled and purposeful exertion of their presence and energy. Whether it's through a sudden change in posture, a firm handshake, or a decisive movement, this display of physicality serves as a manifestation of their internal resolve and determination. The shift from a previously reserved demeanor to one of palpable intensity can be both intimidating and awe-inspiring, as it demonstrates their ability to channel their anger into purposeful action. This physical transformation highlights the Sigma male's capacity to assert themselves and their seriousness about addressing the issue at hand. For those around them, witnessing this shift can be a powerful reminder of the depth of the Sigma male's resolve and the extent of their ability to influence their environment through controlled physical expression. Number 17. When a Sigma male's frustration reaches a peak, their approach to conflict can involve strategic withdrawal from social circles or professional networks. This tactic, while seemingly extreme, is a deliberate maneuver to regain control and assert their boundaries. By distancing themselves from those who have provoked their anger, Sigma males create a clear demarcation between themselves and the sources of their frustration. This withdrawal is not just about escaping the immediate conflict, but about recalibrating their environment to better align with their standards and values. The absence of a Sigma male from key social or professional settings can prompt significant changes in dynamics and relationships, as their presence often plays a critical role in maintaining balance and structure. This strategic distancing serves as a powerful statement about their unwillingness to tolerate disrespect or inefficiency, making it clear that they are prepared to take whatever steps are necessary to protect their integrity and well-being. Number 18. Sigma males have a remarkable ability to remain composed and unshaken even in the face of intense provocation, which can be both admirable and disconcerting. Their typical demeanor of calmness and self-assuredness remains intact, allowing them to navigate conflicts with a level of grace and control that others might find unsettling. This ability to maintain composure under pressure is not about suppressing emotions, but about managing them with a high degree of emotional intelligence. Sigma males use this emotional control to their advantage, allowing them to assess situations with clarity and respond with precision. This unflappable nature can be intimidating to those who expect a more conventional response to conflict, as it reveals a level of inner strength and resilience that is not easily swayed. For those who provoke them, encountering this steadfast composure can be a jarring experience, highlighting the Sigma male's capacity to handle adversity with an impressive level of poise and effectiveness. Thank you for your attention. You can now become a member of the channel by clicking the Join button under this video.